Hey, this is Mr. Caraggio, and I wanted to help you guys with today's assignment. Today is Wednesday, December 2nd, and wanted to let you know how to do it. I posted this yesterday, and there are a bunch of documents. This assignment is to help you understand the 30 articles in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So what you're going to need to have out is this document, Unit 2, Assignment 3. I do have a Spanish language version of it, and you can use that one as well. You're also going to need this little booklet on human rights. Okay, the assignment sheet looks like this, and there are the first few answers are done. I'll talk about those in a moment. And the pamphlet is right here. What are human rights? And this is handy because after you go through the introduction, which is a good thing to read, there on each page, there is a summary of the article of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So Article 1 is on the first page. Okay, we are all born free and equal. Article 2, don't discriminate, and so on. Okay, so I put together a little bit of a slideshow to help you understand what you're supposed to do on this assignment. So first thing is the learning target, that you can identify and explain the 30 articles or rights contained in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And that is a copy of the original or Universal Declaration. I'm going to do a little background here. Then you're going to work on summarizing the 30 articles of the UDHR, or Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And on Thursday and Friday, we will reflect and share in class about these things. Okay, there are a few important facts. First of all, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by the UN in 1948. It's called universal because these rights belong to all people. According to the authors and the people who signed this document, these apply to everyone on Earth, and even places that aren't independent countries. Okay, if they're colonies or something like that. It was written in reaction to the horrors of World War II. So many people died needlessly. The worst example, most horrific, the death camps during the Holocaust of the Jews in Germany. There were terrible things that happened all over the world in World War II. In World War I, there were as well. And by the time the Second World War was over, it finished in 1945, people decided, look, we have to keep this from ever happening again. Okay. And one thing that was done to try and prevent something like the human rights tragedies that occurred during World War II was to pass a Declaration of Rights, a list of rights that all humans should have. Now, it's important to know, my fourth point, that it is not a law that can be enforced. It's an international agreement that's been signed by all nations, but there are no human rights police that run around the world and, charge in and arrest dictators because they didn't give someone a fair trial, or because they tortured someone, or executed someone because of their political beliefs. The real power of the UDR, and this is my last bullet, is that it's meant to inspire the people of the world to reach the goals. And when people put pressure on leaders all over the world to respect these rights, the hope is that, in fact, these rights will be respected. Okay? If leaders, whether their intentions are good or bad, know that the people are demanding something, they have to listen. They have to listen. And hopefully they act properly as well. So those are a few things about it. So in the assignment, what you're going to need to do is to take each uh, article of the human rights, and as it says here, work individually or with a partner. And today being a Wednesday, you're working individually, I assume. You need to determine the main idea in each article of the UDR. For those, I want you to underline the keywords. So for Article 1, underline the keywords in each article and write a word or phrase in the margin that captures the main idea of the article. And my screen is a little bit in the way here. So number 1, here is the example that we've done. And this is the simplified version of the Universal Declaration. When children are born, they are free, and each should be treated in the same way. They have reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a friendly manner. So, there are several key words or phrases underlined here, okay, from their very birth. Okay, children um, and into adulthood are free, and they should be treated in the same way. Okay, and be good to one another. And you may have wanted to underline one or two other things here. That's okay. But that's what I've got underlined for this assignment. So in the margin, then, you're going to summarize it by writing freedom and equality. So I'll go to my assignment page, which you see right here. And there you have the underlined highlighted phrases. Actually, I did it a little bit differently here. And then the main ideas are circled right here. Okay. I just realized it's 9 o'clock and I have a meeting I have to be at. So hopefully this explanation will do for now. If I have time, I'll add to this and talk about a couple more with you. The one other thing I need to mention is that I also have a survey and attendance form for Wednesday. And I want everybody to do this. It counts for your attendance. The questions on here also are going to help me form some working groups, or at least some semi-permanent working groups in our class. I'd like us to have regular groups that you're comfortable in working with and that you can get a lot done in. So there's a class list here because I do ask a couple questions at the end about whether there are certain people you'd prefer to work with, or if there's someone you think you might have trouble working with. So yeah, do that. I'm going to do my assignment, and I will see you soon, as they say. Take care.